Folks, gather round. Tonight we're diving into the good book for a story that's got it all: drama, suspense, miracles, and enough sarcasm to make a stand-up comedian blush. It's the epic showdown between Elijah, the one true prophet of the one true God, and 450 prophets of Baal, who were about to learn a lesson the hard way. Now, Elijah was a man of God, a straight shooter, not afraid to speak truth to power. He was facing off against these Baal guys who were basically the ancient world's version of that guy at a party who claims he can totally play guitar. Spoiler alert, they couldn't. Baal, you see, was the god of fertility, weather, all that good stuff. Problem was, he seemed to have a real problem with lighters. Both sides agreed to a little contest. 2 altars, 2 bulls, no fire starters allowed. It was a divine barbecue cook-off, and only one deity was going to be taking home the blue ribbon. The challenge was simple: pray to your God, ask him to light the fire, and let the best God win. Seems fair, right? So the rules were set. Each side got an altar, a bull, and a big pile of wood. No matches, no flint, no rubbing 2 sticks together. This was a test of pure, unadulterated divine intervention. The prophets of Baal, they were feeling pretty confident. They had numbers on their side after all. They probably figured, hey, 450 of us against one of him? Those are odds even Vegas would love. They spent the whole morning calling out to Baal. "Oh mighty Baal, answer us," they cried. "We've been good, we followed the rules, light this fire already." But guess what? Crickets. Nothing. Not even a wisp of smoke. You could practically hear Baal hitting the snooze button up in the heavens. By noon, those Baal boys were getting desperate. They were sweating, they were tired, their voices were hoarse. They were starting to realize that maybe, just maybe, they'd put their faith in a deity who was a little unreliable. And Elijah, he was loving it. He was like that friend who shows up at your Super Bowl party when your team is losing, just to remind you that you should have rooted for the other guys. He started heckling them, folks. "Yo, Baal," he called out. "Maybe he's on vacation. Did you try texting him? Maybe he's busy helping someone find their car keys. Or maybe, just maybe, he's not there at all. Can you imagine the scene? These guys are freaking out, trying to summon their god, and Elijah's over there cracking wise like he's at a roast." Finally, after a whole day of embarrassing themselves, the prophets of Baal gave up. They were defeated, humiliated, and probably a little sunburned. Then Elijah stepped up. He rebuilt the altar of God, prepared his bull, and then, just to make things interesting, he asked for water. Buckets and buckets of water poured over the wood and the sacrifice. He wanted to make it crystal clear that this was no parlor trick. This was the real deal. And then, he prayed. A simple, straightforward prayer to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And you know what happened? Fire fell from heaven. It consumed the sacrifice, the wood, even the water in the trench. It was a display of power so awesome, so undeniable, that everyone there knew, without a doubt, that Yahweh, he was the one true God. The moral of the story? Don't mess with Elijah, folks. And more importantly, don't waste your time with false idols. There's only one God worth worshiping, and he's got the firepower to prove it.